Welcome back to the For the Win podcast, FTW, the greatest video game podcast in the world. Thank you for tuning into the podcast. Today's For the Win episode marks the official launch of Season 1. If you enjoy the show, please do us a massive favor. If you haven't already, give this episode a thumbs up on YouTube. Let us know your thoughts, your hot takes in the comment section below. And if you have Spotify, if you could hop on there and find FTW and give it a 5-star rating, that'd be awesome because it helps when people go to search and they can find us easier. All these things boost the algorithm, help us out a bunch. And if you actually enjoy the content, that'd be awesome if you helped us out in that way. And last but not least, if you want more FTW during the week, you can find us on Instagram, TikTok. It's all fresh. We're at like 15 followers now on TikTok, so you know, the 15 faithful few. And I'll put all the links.
That's almost 2 dozen.
Yeah, almost a oh yeah, I guess so. Yeah. That's a little more than a baker's dozen too. So today's episode, we're covering GTA6 leaks, Starfield madness, a Halo player using mind control, and so much more. If you don't know, my name's David. I got John, Henry with me. So let's talk about everything going on in video games the last couple weeks. Grand Theft Auto 6 speculation and leaks continue to build hype. In a leaked audio recording, Take-Two CEO talks about GTA 6 being announced on October 23rd, 2023, and released on October 24th, 2024. After the video was copyright struck, many believe this to be confirmation that it is in fact true, because they usually don't copyright strike fake things. However, some think that it could be AI generated and not real. Do you guys think that it was real because it got copyright struck?
Is there enough information, like, for it to be a convincing AI replication where it could be very convincing? You need enough data. So do we have enough recordings of him to even reasonably do an AI recording of him that passes, you know?
Yeah, how many interviews or whatever videos of the Take-Two CEO are actually out there?
That's my thing. It's like, is there enough data to actually make a convincing AI replication of his voice? Like, it's more difficult than you think, which is why, like, the best AI fakes are, like, you know,
Trump, Biden,
you know, Obama,
Joe Rogan,
others, yeah, you know, Ben Shapiro, all the other, you know, if you are a celebrity that does a lot of talking for your job, then there's enough data for the machine learning to pull from to make a convincing fake. So I don't think there probably is enough for him to have the speech pattern properly down.
Yeah, what I loved about the video was how little battery he had on his phone, and then like it was some like random mobile service too. Like it was, all of it was just like so weird and sketchy.
This episode's been brought to you by Mint Mobile.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of AI stuff now, you know, voices and voiceover and fake promos and all kinds of stuff. It didn't sound anything like AI to me. But that was just me. I've heard a lot, and it sounded legit. Also, there was a lot of like the verbiage he was using and the way in which he was talking to me was like, this is someone who's in the business and knows what they're talking about. And I feel like someone trying to fake an AI might use a little bit more simple language, and wouldn't be as informed on kind of the language side of like talking about this. So I'm inclined to think it might be real. Either way, I don't like. Okay, who cares? Like, awesome. It's it's gonna come out. Like, it's gonna come out. big deal. People just like to build the hype. It's just
if it's
ridiculous.
just like a leak of the release date, like, okay, great. That's we already know it's coming. Like, so to me, it's not that big a deal. If true.
Yep. Agreed. This is a big deal to a lot of people. E3 currently has no organizer or location to hold the show in 2024. ReedPop, people who organize PAX, EGX, had previously signed a multi-year deal to organize E3 in partnership with ESA beginning this year, but plans for the show didn't pan out. The show was canceled by mutual decision. Just so you know, when they say it's mutual, it never is. ESA President and CEO Stanley Pierre-Louis said, "While the reach of E3 remains unmatched in our industry, we are continuing to explore how we can evolve it to best serve the video game industry and are evaluating every aspect of the event from format to location." Now, we've been to a lot of conventions. We've seen a lot of conventions. We knew E3 in its heyday. What do you guys think about this?
This has been a long time coming, dude. Like, E3 has been having issues since 2020. That's gonna be like 4th year in a row now at this point, and what are we gonna do? Like, it's been downhill even before that, though. Especially once they opened it up to the public, because before it started as a trade show, and it was for like, game stores would send regional managers to go there and be like, how many copies of, Herpa Derp 7 are you going to order for your store? And that's what it was. It was for game journalists and other people involved in the industry. So once it just became a convention,
Yeah.
we already have other things like that. Like there's not enough happening in the gaming industry for you to show it off at E3 and PAX. And I remember this even back when PAX was brand new. I remember the first 2 years of PAX, almost everything in the expo hall was just E3 builds from like 3 months prior. So,
in my opinion, it started to go downhill even before it opened to the public, and that's when they got rid of booth babes. As soon as they got rid of the booth babes, like, it was the beginning of the end. And if they really want it to come back in a big way, they got to bring back booth babes. That's the only way I see it happening. But I think the big, like, draw for E3 is, like, it can't be a place to, like, be an announcement now, because everyone just does their own announcements. Like, they have to have it be an industry thing, but it's also got to be, like, where you get hands-on with the games, and then you, like, journalists and whoever can, like, write about it or, make videos and content about it, because it's not good for an announcement thing. Everyone's just going to do their own thing.
It's not good for an announcement thing. And the other thing, though, is with so much digital distribution that, like, it doesn't benefit developers even. They can easily just send over to journalists, like, here's a development build. Like,
right.
Here's a demo, and and the journalist doesn't have to wait 2 hours in line to play for 5 minutes, and
it's also
that gives us, like, up to date, constant, like, we're in this ADD Adderall fueled, like, society now where we want our gaming updates constantly. It's no more like, what's coming out this year, guys, and seeing that we want to know weekly, daily. I mean, what's the point of this dang show? Like,
yeah,
right. And well, think about, like, the most memorable E3 moments over the years. They're all, like, cringe moments. So it's not even safe to, like, do live announcements anymore. It's much safer to just do the pre-recorded showcase with all of the clips, no live demos. Like, everything's, like, just an in-game video or gameplay, and it's just, like, way safer. But some of those moments, like, really had dramatic effects, like, on the industry. Like, I think of, like, the PS3 Killzone, like, trailer that blew everyone's mind and like sold PS3s because of it. And then when the actual game came out, it was not even like close. But it had already had its effect. People already bought the PS3 before it even came out, and stuff like that. And then I think of like all of just like the fumbles, like with Connect and like the bottom of your shoe and bottom of a Connect shoe, and like all the just, or like Xbox One's terrible like TV. I don't know if that was actually E3, but like their huge focus on like TV and like the Connect and using it as a TV and cable guide and stuff like that. So
Yep. I don't know if E3 type conventions are long for this world. I'm more interested in going to a PAX type convention where it's like, hey, let's go meet developers. Let's go meet voice actors. Let's go celebrate the game. And like, I'm good enough for a reveal on my phone or on my computer, but I want to go to a convention not to get an announcement and news. I want to go to really deep dive into the games that I really love.
That's the other thing is like what PAX exists now and it didn't before. And like PAX started in 2005, and that's kind of when E3 started to have its downturn, like the beginning of the downturn. And because then it was open. That's PAX is the reason why E3 eventually opened to the public, because they're like, oh, like people aren't caring anymore because a couple months later they can go do this themselves. And then PAX is more than just here's all the new crap coming out, because like I said, it was a trade show originally meant to like hype up things for stores and other to sell. So PAX is a celebration of gaming culture. It's like there's panels, there's contests, there's other. It's not just come see the crap you have to buy.
Yeah, 100%.
With PAX and other events now in line, there isn't a place for E3 to exist without it doing a radical overhaul, and then it basically becoming just another convention, just writing on the name of E3.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's some E3 PAX merger or something. They put more, like they do an E3 showcase at PAX or something. That could be a...
Yeah, E3 just becomes a tagline. It's like
yeah.
the E3 top 10 at PAX.
Yeah, I mean, it's still a strong brand, but yeah, I agree.
It's like what PAX does with the, I forget what they call their like indie showcase. But yeah, they could do something like that. But then that's just whoever has the most money, I guess.
Yeah, it's all about the money.
When it comes to that.
Miyamoto shed a little bit more light on Charles Martinet's Mario Ambassador job. Last month, Nintendo announced Charles Martinet's new role as Mario Ambassador after 30 years of voicing Mario. He has now provided more details of what that means. He said, "You will always have a priority on spreading joy." Oh, sorry, it says, "You always place a priority on spreading joy." Miyamoto said of Martinet, "For all of you watching, please know that it is in this role, Charles will continue to travel around the world, meeting fans, performing the familiar voices at events, signing autographs, and enjoying interacting with you all." This is kind of what we suspected it would be, but not a bad retirement gig, right? I mean, traveling around the world and meeting fans of the game you love and help create.
It's like one of the I think it was after we talked about it last time, where Charles Martinet was asked, and he was like, "Yeah, I don't know what it actually entails."
Well, there's a little more specifics. There's a little more specifics, traveling. Now it sounds like he's gonna, yeah. It sounds like he's just gonna be con hopping until he retires.
Exactly. he's con hopping, but he gets to use the Nintendo logo, and that's a thing because Nintendo is very protective of their property, and so they're like, "Yeah, you can do your thing, Charlie, but yeah, I guess it's fine. You put Mario on your banner, and you can use our copyrighted material to advertise your hustling at conventions." I was talking to you on Xbox Live about this, David. Like, I wonder if, like, Charles like how he found out about him not playing the role of Mario in the movie. He just saw like
He walks into Bowser's office. Boom, 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 boom.
he's the one walks into not Miyamoto, Doug Bowser's office and just like, what the f- is this? Huh? He like throws on like a copy of I don't know, EGM doesn't exist now. Who the f- is I don't know. But like, what the f- is this, Bowser? He finds out the hard way that he's not playing Mario. He's like, we'll figure something out, Charlie. We'll figure something out. Don't
So
worry
long,
about
gay
it."
Bowser.
Yeah, exactly. I was telling David, I was like, he got Doug Bowser in a chokehold, and he's like, "So long, gay Bowser." He's like, "We can fix this, Charles. Don't do this. We'll take care of it."
Gosh, the office starts crumbling in different sections and falling through the earth. Well, I'm happy for him. Maybe we'll get to see him at a con or something. Maybe kind of cool. I feel like it'd get old though after a while, saying like doing that voice for.
Can you say the spaghetti line? Say the line, Charles. It's me, Mario.
Got like Jack Daniels in his hand. Just,
Exactly.
Make the grunt when you get hit by an enemy.
Say wahoo!
Yeah, what does it sound like when you run into a wall?
At the end of every convention, he's like, "I'm tired."
You just see him passed out in a corner, Z's over his head, sitting.
Dude, I hope he's not going to bed every night like Stewie in Family Guy. He turns out the light and rolls over and starts crying. It's like, I'll never voice Mario in a video game or movie again, and they're just sending me around the world.
Kind of the cool part is that we've talked about Power Rangers before, Henry, and how their show so early on, way back then, they got so mistreated and didn't like make a lot of money off their show, and there's like a lot of sketchy stuff. The flip side of that is he's still with Nintendo, and so they're gonna be paying him, and it's not like he has to like be a starving actor, be like, okay, well now I gotta go to all these cons and just try and make some money because I can't get gigs. But like, it's kind of nice that he's still on the Nintendo payroll and able to keep going. Because I feel bad for some of these actors and actresses who did stints here or there, who sometimes, and I know for the most part, I'm sure they love it and they love meeting fans and everything, but to like almost feel like this need to keep like going to cons and doing these things just to like make some extra money.
It used to be the thing where like it used to be a thing where like going on convention circuit was like you were washed up. That's now what you were doing.
Right.
And like they make jokes about that in Galaxy Quest now. But now it's like major actors go to cons, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
That's true. That's true.
Like I've gone to like Comic-Con and like horror conventions, and like actors that are in recent movies are there, and they're that's a thing. And it's no longer just a washed up thing where it's like, well, time to hit the convention circuit. Now it's like you're doing that as a hype machine for your movie that's coming out in 2 months. There's that as well. But like, it's I remember when I was at Comic-Con, I was in line to meet a Power Ranger, and the line was massive, and me and Allison did some quick math to figure out how much she was making, because a lot of the conventions, oftentimes, if like you're a headliner, they pay you to show up also, so they pay you to make your appearance,
that
and then you
sells
also
tickets.
And then, exactly, you're a ticket seller, so that's the thing. And so you get compensated for that, and then on top of all the money you're making off of autographs and photo ops, and like we did some quick math on like the minimum cost of like an autograph, and it's like, dude, she's walking away with $30,000 after the end of today.
It's a nice weekend.
Yeah, that's great.
So like, it's a pretty lucrative. It can be a lucrative gig. It's a hustle because you got to go from con to con to con. You gotta deal with weirdos, but like,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, good for him doing it on Nintendo's dime. Xbox September update now lets you stream your games to Discord. The update also brings with it a variable refresh rate VRR update for Xbox Series XS consoles. Microsoft is additionally adding new wishlist notifications that you can adjust in your settings so you never miss new releases. And this is kind of cool. Game launch countdowns have returned, which will track how long before a game releases down to the minute. I don't know really why I would ever stream on Discord, but I guess it's cool.
There's a lot of people that like Discord for like communities and stuff. Like I've streamed stuff into like Discords I'm in. Discord's really, really popular with PC gamers for that kind of thing. For like communities and stuff like that. So like, I don't know. I don't really care about that function, but the rest of it sounds cool to me. Like the wishlist notification. Yeah. Let me know when something that I wishlisted is now available. So I will give you the real world Earth dollars to use that. You know?
Well, I want the wish list to notify me when things go on sale. That's like the big one.
Oh, that'd be cool too, yeah.
Because Steam does that, and so they send me an email like, hey, this game that you have on your wish list is on sale. I'm like, all right, I'll go buy it.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm pretty sure I've gotten some things, or maybe it's emails right now. Maybe they do emails. I think I've gotten some emails where it's like, hey, this game on your wish list is 57% off or something like that. But that being said, yeah, I love the idea of countdown notifications for that stuff for sure. Google starts testing instantly playable online games to YouTube. Quote, playables are games that can be played directly on YouTube with both desktop and mobile devices, the company explains. If you're a part of this experiment, you'll see a section on YouTube called Playables that will appear alongside other content on the home feed. I included this in the run sheet today because Netflix, we covered it, is trying some gaming thing, and seems like all these companies refuse to stay in their lane. Even after Google had a failure in Stadia, they just will not give up on the gaming.
Stadia was cool and it made sense. It didn't work for like other reasons. Like I remember when Stadia launched, it was actually like the Cyberpunk. It was the most stable way to play Cyberpunk easily because like
Yeah.
because Cyberpunk worked on like my gaming laptop, but like it was just different laptop, different hardware configurations it would freak out on. So I was lucky, but some people not so lucky, even with better computers than me. And like whatever like cloud machines that they were running Cyberpunk on over at Google Stadia, it was really stable and pretty good. So it was actually one of the easiest ways to play it very well. And so there's place for Stadia. I think they just fumbled pretty hard. I don't think the concept is bad. It's execution. So maybe they learned from that for this Google YouTube gaming thing. What are they calling it?
Playables?
This is the stupidest fucking name ever.
Nobody knows how to name things anymore.
I
It's just the
that was
worst.
loud enough for the microphone.
No, we all heard it.
But here's why I like seeing stuff like this and like the Netflix thing, because this tells me that huge corporation like Google, huge corporation like Netflix, they're trying to get into gaming, and that tells me that my favorite hobby, video games, is like alive and well and booming and huge, so much so that these corporations are trying to figure out how to get into it. So I see this as kind of a sign of like the health of video games at the moment.
I agree, but the punk rocker in me says stay the fuck out. You know? Like,
That's true.
it's like, yeah, I know it's cool. Get out. Like,
I think there's an actual market here for games for little kids. I think playables in a Coco Melon YouTube world where a kid can then click on the thing and just do play simple games. I think that would actually could potentially be massive. Now, once you get out of that toddler range, maybe early elementary school, I feel like no, most kids won't go for that.
What kind of games are these?
They're going to be T-series Bollywood rhythm games.
Now you have my interest, John.
It would be if there's a playables game that was what's that Nintendo DS game? You could play it on
Brain
your phone.
Age?
No, not Brain Age.
That'd be cool.
Elite Beat Agents, and you could just pull up any YouTube video. So pull up Blink 182, and then the algorithm or whatever. It's okay, we're gonna put together an Elite Beat Agents course for you, a level, and then you can just on your phone. It might be. Yeah, right. They're not going to be that good, though. One
It'd be funny to know with any YouTube video ever. It just automatically, it just looks at the sound wave, and just generates.
I mean, they do it for copyright. They love to copyright strike us, so.
Just rewrite it. Make it use copyright. Use the copyright engine. Just use that instead of flagging it. Make a game. Why not?
Yeah. Ugh. Xbox promises to reveal new Game Pass titles during Tokyo Game Show broadcast. People expect to see some games from developers across Asia. Is there anything on your guys' list? Anything you'd like to see? Any Asia developers we haven't heard from in a while?
Part of what I miss from the 360 era is there was a lot of great Japanese developed games and a lot of JRPGs, and it was surprising how many of them there were for 360. So by far my number one most dreamed of Japanese developed RPG that I want a sequel to is Lost Odyssey.
I thought you were going to say 2. Blue Dragon for a second. I'd be I want Blue Dragon 2.
Lost Odyssey 2. And then a game that I liked, I played it quite a bit. It was kind of hard. I never actually finished it all the way, but really, really liked and was original IP is 99 Nights. Why hasn't there been a sequel to 99 Nights? Where's 100 Nights at?
If they release, if Suda 51 were somehow to do a Xbox version that was of No More Heroes, that was a collection of all the No More Heroes games, I would rebuy it. I would buy it instantly, even though I bought the game on I have the Japanese Xbox 360 version, I have the Wii version, I have the Switch version, I have a digital version on the Switch. For first No More Heroes, I have every release possible of the damn series, and if there was a 4K release on Xbox, I would love that. Very unlikely, but really.
So I need to correct myself. You might just need to edit it out, but there actually was a sequel to 99 Nights, but I guess it was just so bad that
was it called 100 Nights?
No, it's called. Oh, you'll love the cover art if you look it up. It's the worst cover art I've ever seen in my life. Look at the title of it. N32 99 Nights. What is that?
It all makes sense now. That's why no one heard about it.
So it came out in 2010.
It's also really funny how it's not, the number 99 spelled out, and the number 2 is Roman numerals. That's so there's a lot of numbers here, but they're the Arabic numbers. We're avoiding them.
Oh man.
I'd love to see a DDR ultra mega super ultra mix now that we have consoles that can take tons of memory and game size. Imagine a DDR game that was the same size, download size as Call of Duty. And you just had like 1,000 plus. No. But I want DDR. And I want them to sell the pads again. And I want them to do like a re-release of some DDR dance pads and get people into it.
Dude, you need to put a picture. I'll show you. I'll send it to you. There's a girl on Instagram. She made she took those the plastic DDR pads, the cheapy ones for the PS1, and made this sick rave outfit out of it.
Nice.
So rad. When it's just what I don't remember what it says. It says something be cool or stay cool or something else that. It's just so peak 2001. I love it. I would buy a metal pad again if I had the option.
Yeah.
Allison and I were talking about it. She was like, "Dude, we should get metal pads for DDR again." I was like, because she's really into DDR. She was really into DDR. So was I back in the day.
Yeah.
Great exercise.
Did her outfit say, "You're not an ordinary fella"? It's so good. Starfield madness continues to reach stellar heights in and out of the game. Starfield hit 6 million players to become the biggest Bethesda game launch ever, while also announcing full mod support coming in 2024. Players have already created a Nicolas Cage flashlight mod. Players are building Star Wars, Halo, and hot dog themed ships and other themed ships as they relate to hot dogs. Not safe for work. One player even created an invincible ship since enemies target the center mass, the AI enemies, the bots, they target center mass. So the enemy lasers fly straight through the center because he created.
Did he make a donut-shaped ship?
It's a square, but it's just connected by lines. So think we'll put it up on screen, but in the link's right there. Another player figured out how to bypass the max ship size limit, and so he created basically, it looks like a giant hotel that can fly around. And the madness around Starfield, mods haven't even been released yet, and people are already just going nuts.
I already have so many hours in. I haven't even gotten to make my own ship yet. I own a bunch of ships, but I haven't made my own yet. I really, really want to. I have ideas. I've drawn out ideas. I've been loving the ever-loving crap out of Starfield. And, before you got on the call, John and I were talking about it, I didn't care for, Oblivion. I didn't care for, Morrowind. I barely cared about. I like the aesthetic and concept of Fallout, but the actual gameplay, I like it enough, but not enough to get hooked on it. But I can't put Starfield down. So yeah, dude, I absolutely love it.
Click on that link. Click on the link. Reddit. Starfield. Big ships come with big problems. Look at the beginning when he runs up to it, and then. Watch how it takes him a full minute and a half to get up into the cockpit of the ship. You can kind of fast forward. It's just a lot of ladder climbing. But then watch it take off. Once he gets in the cockpit, skip to when he gets to the cockpit and watch it take off. And just all the jets go off. And this thing is massive, dude. So all these jets. And it looks like you see only half the ship, and then when it takes off in the sky, you see there's 3 more layers on top of it. It's so insane.
I'm watching it right now. He's lost.
It's so insane. people have been going nuts, and I think this is like so fun, and I love that Bethesda isn't like shutting it all down, and they're like, no, we're gonna give you mod support, let's have fun with this, like go nuts. And I just think that's such, some developers 343, they, anything that's fun in the game, they just cut it out. You know, in a campaign that's dying, that's dead on the vine, people find fun stuff to do, and they cut it out. No, stop. We're not going to do that anymore. And but Bethesda, they're just like, yeah, check it out. And they might patch this, obviously, but with other things,
that's the thing about Bethesda. So like I don't know
so
if you,
fun.
David, do you know about the Oblivion like bucket trick for stealing?
No, I didn't play it.
Or I know it was Skyrim.
Yeah, it was in
so
Skyrim.
on Skyrim, if you take a bucket, you can pick up buckets and you put it over people's heads, you can steal. They can't see because they got a bucket on their dang head.
So
and
good.
Skyrim has been released a bajillion times, and every single time, Bethesda was like, meh, yeah, leave it in.
That's so good.
Leave it in. It doesn't work. It doesn't work in Starfield. They removed it from Starfield. They changed how the line of sight on the NPCs work. But like on Skyrim, on every release, it's like, yeah, you throw a bucket on their head, they can't see shit.
There's
so
one
good.
ship on here. He says, "Here's my gunship." It looks like a Glock.
Yeah.
I also thought it was so funny that my character is like just a scoundrel like me. I'm like, yeah, dude, I can pick so many dang locks. And like, I've already got my lock picking so good. I'm just playing like I would be like, you know, I'm just really immersing myself into this game
awesome.
more than I have in like almost anything else. And like, yeah, my character kind of looks like me. He's got like a cool like floopy mohawk thing, and like, yeah, just a dang scoundrel.
They even have, if you go to the moon, the original moon landing site on there.
Really, because like that was the thing, was like I always wanted to go to the moon, but I didn't do that. I didn't know if that was a thing. Oh, I should have done that.
Did you guys like that video I made of me and the angler going up to like the tallest mountain?
I didn't see that.
I put it in our Instagram chat.
Dude,
Like,
I haven't been enjoying.
I was like, Starfield's great, and then it's me and the angler like scaling these mountains. Like,
I could not get into the angler. The movement feels different than the hunter, and I wasn't enjoying it. Fishing, I'm like, I don't know where these fish are. Like, it sucks. Like, it's like I'm like on like one of the early missions, like catch 5. I got like 3. I'm like casting out. I'm like, well, what now? Do I like just wait? Because like in the hunter, you can go track.
yeah.
You know
there's like sonar things too. Do they have that? Like there's actual
not
you can actually see fish underwater.
The fucking game.
Where
are they're under the water, Henry? Just drive around on the boat.
Oh, okay. Yeah, just let me just get down there, dude. Like I'm like driving. Like it's cool. You can get in the boat and you can drive around the boat, which is like what we said we wish you could do in the hunter, and get in there like weird, not quite Range Rover, not quite a Jeep bootleg 4-wheeler that I got. Like it's so annoying. I can't go in third person with that thing. Have you driven it, John?
Yeah. I know.
It's like you're in either first person or other first person, where it's like
or
on the
a
hood.
third first person.
It's like it's like either first person over the dashboard or first person over the hood. And it's like, dude, there's a lot of like weird like turbulent terrain here. I mean,
yeah, no, it's not easy to drive. And whenever I get in the boat, I always think of Futurama when they're the Lost City of Atlanta episode, and they fly, and Farnsworth is just like, we're at the exact center of the Atlantic Ocean. This seems like the most logical place to catch a fish. and then too, I'm like, I don't know where these fish are, but I was just
there's no indicators. I can't
seeing.
tell, like, because like there's in the hunter you can find poop, you can find other things, you can track them, like, oh,
Footprints?
there's a deer heading this way. Yeah, there's no way to track it. It's like, all right, well, let me just cast out here, and like when you drive the Jeep, you can't hit other players because the game has to be online, but you just phase through them. And so, like, somebody was, like, reading, like, the mission board. I just kept crashing my, like, Jeep back and forth. He turns around. I just keep going back and forth. Because I'm phasing through him. I'm just going to annoy this guy because why not? Man. Like, I need to, like, I want to play multiplayer together, all three of us, add Raymond in, get the four of us, and get in the Jeep and just go run amok. Because honestly, I have more fun four-wheeling in the game and trying to go over, like, rocky hills and crap than I do fishing.
It is time for the 60-second soapbox. New segment for season 1 where each of us gets on our soapbox for 60 seconds to rant about anything and everything we want. Tonight, I'm the only one ranting, but I got a bone to pick, so let's start this timer right now. I have a bone to pick with these streamers, gamers, streamers, who go to these other countries and they start breaking laws, running amok, being disrespectful, and to be honest, I just want to apologize to the country of Japan and the citizens of Japan because they've been getting the brunt end of it this last, this last summer here in America. All these idiots and morons keep going over there, IRL streaming, disrespecting people, breaking the laws, and these poor people in Japan, which is a completely different culture than America, are way too nice, and I want these people to get arrested, I want them to get fined, and I want them to be kicked out of, deported from those countries forever for completely disrespecting and disregarding these people and their culture. They need to stop. They need to get out of there. I'm over it. I'm done. Get your viral crap out of here.
So Japan needs guns again.
No freaking doubt.
Let's give Japan flamethrowers for
such occasions.
Just for IRL streamers. Like, look, it's a firearm, but it's not a firearm. Like,
yeah.
Let's be real here. So, let's just hand out flamethrowers to everybody in Japan. What can go wrong? They're too polite for it to go wrong.
Viral game only up dev looking for peace of mind and healing while game gets taken off Steam. He said, the game has kept me under a lot of stress all these months, and now I want to put the game behind me. And yes, the game won't be available on Steam store soon. That's what I decided myself. Another thing that he didn't make mention of is this kind of started to snowball when people were striking the game because of stolen assets that he used in the game, and those complaints were starting to pile up a lot. But it's interesting because this takes me back to Flappy Bird. The same exact thing happened where a game was virally successful, made tons of money, and he took it off the store forever and just said, I'm done.
Different reasons, though.
Yeah, because Flappy Bird, he was concerned with people being addicted, right? And like kids and stuff. Wasn't that more why he took it off? If I
recall, it was like because he was from Malaysia, and it's like I don't know if it's a communist country, but there's something like legally he can't be making money on it. Like there was something like that, and like so
that's a shame.
He pulled it because he was like, dude, I don't want to deal with like the Malaysian government. If I recall, it was like 10 years ago, but if I recall, it was something of that effect.
Call of Duty fans, look out. All 16 iconic maps from Modern Warfare 2, yes, the 2009 released Modern Warfare 2, return in Modern Warfare 3 at launch. Not DLC, at launch. Quote, there are places where the metric of level are adjusted to fit more modern gameplay, design director Hodson states, but for the most part, it's going to feel incredibly similar. The biggest changes are in fidelity, in a fidelity sense. Afghan, Derail, Estate, Favela, all these. I can't even read all of them. Everything is coming back. Henry, you're a Call of Duty vet. Are you excited about this?
This has my attention. Remind me if I do I remember this right, that they said like they're bringing back like some of the movement tech that was pulled.
Yes. So they talk about it in the video, but they basically say we're gonna have a Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1+2 type situation on our hand. I think where they make it look a lot better, but when you grab the controller, you feel like you're playing the original game.
Well, they said they adjusted the levels for like, move current play style stuff. Mm-hmm. So to me that means like just like when we deal with like Halo map remakes, you gotta take into account the new game's physics, how the run speed is, and everything else like that. That way the maps will feel similar.
Right.
Unlike like Tony Hawk 1+2, it was like we're taking the map, we're bringing the movement, we're bringing old code into this, so it's gonna feel the same. If it can get close to that, that's gonna be great. That's gonna be great. Like, I don't know. It's there's a lot. I liked the last Call of Duty game, but there was enough that I stopped caring about it. You know what I mean? If they can hold my attention.
Well, there's going to be an open world zombies mode as well. So think DMZ, but zombies.
Yeah, just before we started recording, too, I saw a little thing on not Twitter, X, but the movement is also just faster. So I saw a clip comparing the clamber speed from Modern Warfare 3 compared to 2, and it's almost like 1.5 times faster. Like the game just looks like it's playing like way faster than Modern Warfare 2.
Nice, because once they switched over to the newer engine back in Modern Warfare 2019, the game took a drop down as far as like movement of everything, and everyone kind of adapted. But there's something about that the older engine, the snappier, faster movement on just everything, on how it feels, that isn't replicated on the last two games. So if they can get that feeling right, I will be very, very excited. More excited than I have been about a Call of Duty thing probably since the last time Modern Warfare 3 came out.
Yeah, it looks like even reload canceling is going to be in it.
Nice. Mega, formerly known as Mega Bloks, they're not knockoff Legos. They're their own company now. They're pretty big now. But Mega is releasing a 3/4 scale Xbox 360 collector set exclusively at Target
with
October
working
8th.
lights.
Yes, inspired by the most influential gaming console of its time, this collector building set celebrates the legacy of the Xbox 360. Jump back in with a fully buildable light-up console and controller. The console opens to reveal a disc drive and other Easter eggs. Place the Halo 3 themed disc inside to activate the motherboard, coming in at a whopping $149.99. Is it sad that I really, really want this?
I have the Lego
so
NES.
Cool.
It will look so cool next to my Lego NES. I'm going to change the functional lights to be red, though, for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
If that's a functional Easter egg, I will love it.
And it's 3/4. Like, it's big.
Yeah.
It's not a miniature thing. Like, the video you see, you're like, oh, wow. Like, the $150 price point, it's a little project,
Yeah,
it's
I just
awesome.
want the little Halo 3 game in case.
Yeah.
Like, that's awesome.
I saw a side-by-side of the Mega Bloks Halo 3 case and then the original, and it's pretty close. The backs of them, it's pretty close. They did a really good job.
I love my Mega Bloks stuff. I have multiple Mega Bloks kits. They're just as damn good as Halo. I'm not Halo, Lego. I have a lot of Halo kits. The quality now is just as good. I had some back in the 90s. They weren't as good, but now they are, and they're also cross compatible. And like the figures are way cool.
Mega Bloks are crossplay now?
Oh yeah. They've always been. They've always been cross compatible as far as like the peg sizes. If you look at the bottom of the blocks, they use a different mechanism. That's how come they were able to circumvent Lego's patent. But they are designed in a manner that they are cross compatible with each other.
Okay.
Gotcha.
But the minifigures are way cooler. They have ball joints, so you can actually pose them. They have like my Call of Duty characters. I don't have any around me, but like I could holster the pistol on I could accessorize the tactical vest, put grenades here, extra magazine pouches here. The guns I was able to disassemble to the magazine came out and it stripped down. You could swap all the different scopes and everything else on there. The sniper rifle collapsed down into a little case. It was way cooler than anything I've seen. It's dude, Lego knockoffs can any Lego purists that that says anything negative about Mega Bloks.
Lego Master Race.
In 2023, they are damn good, dude. They are so
nice.
Cool.
Well,
there's your 60-second soapbox.
Yeah. Well, you notice on the Halo 3 cover, it's the Mega Block figure of the Chief.
Is it? I didn't even notice that.
Yeah,
it's so cool. People were someone posted in my retro gaming group on Facebook, and they were like they couldn't even get a Lego like Sony and Nintendo did. And I'm like, well, it's because it's a Halo product, and they already have the Mega Bloks license because Lego refuses to do anything with guns, but laser blasters are okay.
Yeah,
so that's why Star Wars gets its pass, but a gun, can't do that.
I'm a sucker for this kind of stuff, man. It burns, man. It burns deep in my
fire within you.
Deep in my gaming loins. During the Apex Legends Global Series Championship, two people cosplaying as the character Mirage and Watson got onto the stage and shocked the crowd with a marriage proposal. He said, "Sarah, you have been the absolute highlight of my life. You have shown me what love is. I wanted to know if you would be my forever duo." The Watson immediately said yes. She had a wide smile across her face.
Sarah, you've always been my best teammate in a squad.
I don't care if you ruin my KD. I love you.
You've been my best support character.
You've always been my healer.
Yeah, hopefully the thing that starts this beautiful relationship won't be the same thing that ends it. Because, you can get pretty intense with your
KD
duels.
is so bad this round. You're not even doing your part.
Yeah. You don't even grind anymore.
How did you miss that guy over there?
He was literally one shot.
I gave a good call out. You never listen. You never listen.
Yeah. That's
You
exciting.
always push alone.
I feel like I'm always pushing by myself. No one's ever you're never with me.
Who's that in your private party chat?
You don't communicate with me when you're pushing.
We need to work on our communication.
I thought you were right behind me.
I thought you had my back. Yeah. It will be interesting in 20 years, showing pictures to their kids or something, I don't know how, even as much as I love Halo, I could never see myself doing something that kind of cringy, but hey, more power to them. I'm pro marriage, so get married, enjoy your life, Plague, Apex. It would be awkward though if one of them changed their main, because then it's like, you know, I'm not even that character anymore. I don't know. That was funny.
I don't think that would make that part awkward. It'd be one thing if like Apex gets patched and like all the cool shit gets taken out and now the game sucks.
Yeah. And
Like if that happened,
yeah,
then that becomes really, really awkward. You know, it's like I was gonna say it's like early Star Wars like style proposals, and then like now the franchise is downhill.
Yeah, like getting a tattoo of your favorite band in college.
Yeah.
Microsoft is launching an Xbox credit card. The Xbox MasterCard includes points that you can earn, redeem for games and add-ons, and can be customized with an Xbox gamer tag. Every $1 spent generates 1 card point, and 1,500 card points are enough to claim a $15 gift card that's redeemable at Microsoft's online Xbox store. APR rates range from 20.99% to 31.99% based on credit. I don't care what the APR is. If I can get my gamer tag on it, I am in like sin, baby.
Just don't use it. Get it and just don't use it. Yeah. Can you imagine using it to buy something like, can I see your ID? It doesn't look like you're actually Big Daddy 69. This doesn't match up. It's like, that's what I want to do. Name on the card.
All I want to do is use it, you know? All I want to do is go and pay and be like, just hold it when they go to grab it, like hold on to it a little bit longer so they don't get it the first time. So they really look at it and be like, yeah, it's Xbox. It's mine. It's my gamer tag.
I do want it because I want to compare it to my Apple MasterCard. Like, the Apple MasterCard's made out of titanium. And it doesn't actually have my numbers on it. So, like, you can't just look at it and steal my content. You know, you have to,
Right.
That's all. So, like, how secure is it? Does it feel as nice? It feels so good to use my Apple MasterCard. Like, it's like, you put it out, it's like, clank, clank, clank. It just, it has a heft to it. And it's superficial and stupid as that sounds. It's nice. And so...
It's the little
things. Xbox deliver that?
Only time will tell. Fortnite Chief Creative Officer is retiring from Epic Games. Donald Mustard has announced that he will be stepping away from the games industry and retiring. Mustard stated, "I can't wait to now share in the future of Fortnite as a player alongside all of you. The teams are in the best of hands, and they are working on huge, jaw-dropping, amazing things. I'm excited to spend time with my wife and family, and I'm forever grateful for Tim Sweeney and the Epic Games family." He's a young guy, too. It's pretty amazing that he's retiring so early. I just love to see someone go out on top. He has just, like, put Fortnite at the top of the gaming landscape for the last Lord knows however many years, and he's going out on top.
Dude, at this point, Fortnite's been around for, like, literally almost 10 years.
Yeah, the last PAX I went to is when they were showing off the survival booth, or the survival game. It was, like, brand new. I remember that. Like... I remember Lee was, like, hyped on it. It's like, dude, this game looks so awesome.
2017. And now... I guess it hasn't been nearly 10 years. For some reason, I thought it was like 2015.
I remember before I started playing, I went over to your house, John, and Lee, your roommate, was playing Fortnite, and I saw that he had like bought a bunch of like in-game skins, used real-world Earth dollars, and I gave him so much crap. I was like, Lee, bro, did you buy skins for this? He's like, yeah, man, I like the game. I play the game. I like to buy the skins, man. Whatever. And gave us so much crap for it. And then, guess what? He's not playing Fortnite no more.
Nope.
Just wasted money.
Last and final topic: streamer playing Halo Infinite kills enemies with her mind. Streamer and psychology researcher Perry used her electroencephalography electroencephalogram EEG device, which records the brain's electrical activity, but also has telekinetic research history. She has black nodes strapped to her skull to evaluate the brain activity, so that lets her shoot. And then when she nods her head, that allows her to move in the way she moves her head. And through her eyes, through an eye tracker, that allows her to aim. And so she has been streaming Halo Infinite. And at one point, after she killed someone, she touted, "Look, I killed them without even lifting a finger." Have you guys seen this video?
This is just a power glove with extra steps.
She also beat Elden Ring using no hands, which is pretty crazy.
I mean, it's really cool. It's really cool.
Is really
I haven't
cool.
seen the video.
I think the real cool thing is that it can pave a way for gamers who aren't able to, you know, like use all their hands and fingers, you know? I think it's pretty cool that we could live in a world where people are able to just, you know, look around, blink, use their head to play video games, essentially.
My camera is totally dead and I can't do anything. It won't let me switch cameras.
Nice. Well, anything else for the good of the pod? Going once, going twice. GG's, everybody. It's good to be back. We'll see you next week, right here, same time, same place. FTW.